Well, hello, everybody. This is Knight, and welcome to the Underground Gospel Hour. I'm sorry, it's not going to be an hour tonight. It's going to be probably half an hour, maybe 35 minutes. Anyway, welcome to the Underground Gospel Show. My name is Knight, and I'll be playing some gospel music for you instrumentally because our motto here is be instrumental. This is a safe place. It's a place to just unwind and relax. So no matter what today's been, if you're in, I guess there's a huge storm going all the way from Atlanta through Charlotte, through Pittsburgh, through Chicago, through Madison, all the way back down to St. Louis. I mean, it's just this big circly storm thing, and we're right outside of Nashville and pretty safe right now. But anyway, so I hope you're dry. I hope you're safe. I hope you're just kicking back and maybe watching the show. We're on every Friday and Saturday night at 8 o'clock from either a hotel room or a live venue, and we're in a hotel room again tonight. Like I said, we're right outside of Nashville. And so this is a safe place. If you want to send us a comment, please do. If you want to go to, actually, let me go over here. I'm working again without a moderator tonight. So this is, part of the fun thing. But if you want to go to, what is it, guitar, or I'm sorry, night-music.com, you can become a super fan. You can join us on Patreon. You can send me a couple of bucks through PayPal and tip jar. Let's see, what else can you do? All kinds of things from going to my website. My merch is down right now, and I'm currently talking to Teespring to find out why. I really think it was because during COVID, I didn't promote it a whole lot because I work another day job. I had to take a day job. And so it's been kicking my butt. Got to tell you, I've been working 10 to 12 hours a day for 6 days a week, and it's tough. And then putting together this show and getting all the equipment. Luckily, now it's a blessing. It gave me the money to get the equipment to do this show. So I mean, that's kind of a good thing. Of course, when everybody else is doing live streaming, I put it all together at the end of COVID, so might have missed that boat just a little bit, but it's okay because at least I'm doing it. And there's a lot of people who don't do anything. So anyway, I guess the bottom line is it is, well, looks like there's a couple of people watching. Are you one of them? How do I sound? I guess that's a thumbs up. Okay. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and start the set. Yes, it is well with my soul. So once again, this is a safe place. If you want to send some comments, there's no trolling allowed. I don't have a moderator right now, so you could probably put anything that you wanted to. The problem is, I'm going to block you if you write anything that's not uplifting and supportive. If you have any prayer requests, you can definitely send those out. If anything great's been happening, we want to hear praise reports too, because let's figure God, God works in our lives. And if there's something good going on, um, yeah, I want to hear about it. Anyway, and that's what this next song is about. This is called To God Be the Glory. Thank you so much. Hey, I got a thumbs up from somebody. See who that's from. That is from Facebook. It says click to find out who it is. So let's click and see who's listening. Oh, Charles. Hey, Charles. Thanks for watching. And so I've been meaning to send you an email if you're still on, just to let you know I want to thank you because you've watched. This is like the third time now that I've seen that you've been watching the show, and so I really want to. I just appreciate you so much for coming in and watching it. If you have any songs or any requests that you'd like, send them to me because I will do it for you. Um, this is a little Irish song. I'm gonna bring it a little quieter now. Yes, and that's called "Be Now My Vision." And it's funny thinking of Charles. I was talking about you the other day because I had mentioned to somebody that I had been in this show. It was an Apple streaming show called For All Mankind, and as I was talking about, I said it was really funny because we had a consultant. We had two consultants on the show who were supposed to be from NASA, but it turned out that one of the actors on the show was actually from NASA, and the two consultants on the show were consultants on Star Trek and had nothing to do with NASA, from what I understand, at all. But anyway, so Charles was actually from NASA, and I had shot another show at a NASA facility in New Orleans called Geostorm, and that was with Gerard Butler. And so I was on that show also. If you guys haven't been to artwasum.com, that's my alias name, and that has links to all these, including the night-music.com. So I hope that you get to all those sites because every time you click through, it just means that, well, I got another click. So that's kind of cool. Anyway, let's do a little kid song that's a little upbeat. Yes, yes, yes. I got that joy, 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 joy down in my heart. Um, this is an older one. I haven't played this in a couple of weeks. This is, I believe, my sixth week of doing live streams. So thank you guys for watching. The couple of people. I mean, we've had as many as 7 people up at one time, and so but it's really great to have anybody viewing. So thank you all for viewing. I really appreciate you. Anyway, this is an older song. A guy named Wolfgang. Yes, that's Yazoo's Joy of Man's Desiring. This one's kind of a I tell you what, I'm just going to do some things in Open G for a second. This one here, I've done a couple times. This is actually a song about Mary. Now, I grew up Catholic. I don't pray to Mary anymore, but I got to tell you, as a lot of people are called to a lot of different types of ministry. I've said this before. Some people are called to preach, some people are called to teach, some people are called to play music and worship, some people are called to set up, some people are called to act, some people are called just to walk around the world and point people to Jesus. But there's only been one person ever in the history of the world who was called Mama. And when that little boy cried out Mama, there was only one person in the world who came running. And so I have a special place in my heart for Mary. And so which I hope everybody does, every Christian does. Anyway, so this is was actually written by a group of people in the 12th century called the Mariologists, and it was part of a four-part mass to Mary. And the last part of this song got adopted as a, what did they call it? It got adopted as a benediction in for when priests die. And so when the priests die, they would do this in the masses for the priests as they died. So it lasted literally hundreds and hundreds of years. And in 800 or in 1880, it was given new lyrics, French lyrics. And it was also at this time translated into English and given a new name called Hail Holy Queen. That song then got another resurgence in 1992 when it's part of the Grammy nominated soundtrack for Sister Act starring Whoopi Goldberg. So this is a song called Hail Holy Queen. Its original title was Salve Regina. Yes, Save Regina. Let's see. Next, yes, believe it or not, I just played Kumbaya. It was really funny. I was in Africa a couple of years ago, and they had a drum circle going on. And so, after watching, a couple of the dances and everything, I just walked over and joined in on drums, and everybody freaked out because they're used to mzungas, which in Africa means white people, And so, but they're used to Mazungas coming over there and playing Kumbaya, on guitar. But they were not in. They didn't had never seen a white person play African drums. And so I played one song, and it was really good. And so, this little boy, about 8 years old, his name was Eddie. Eddie came over and he goes, the next song I started playing, he goes, no, Mazunga, Mazunga. The beat is like this. So I played that beat. And so it went really good and everything. Next song started. I went with the same beat, and he goes, Mazunga, not that beat. That was for the last song. This is the beat for this song. So I grabbed another drum and I started playing it on the other drum. And he's like, Mazunga, not on that drum. That drum's on one. What's wrong with you? You only hit one on this drum. And so I just laughed because here's this 8 year old African boy schooling me on how to play drums, which I thought was really really cute. Anyways, so but we became kind of friends after that, Eddie and I, and I'm hoping to get back there. I'm hoping to get back there soon. But anyway, here's a little upbeat song. This was written by a guy by the name of Martin Luther about 500 years ago. It was, I think, 18. I'm sorry, 15. What was it? 1522, I believe it is. Sometime between 1520 and 1522, which is like 500 years ago. Anyway, yes, Mighty Fortress is Our God, written by Martin Luther about 500 years ago. And here's one I'm going to do that's a little older. This is one called "All Creatures of Our God and King." It was funny. I was at work the other day at my day job, and I mentioned the fact that some of the songs I do are a little, beyond classic rock. This one here was actually written in the year 870 something, and written by a guy by the name of Francis from the town of Assisi. And Francis used to go around and preach to the animals, the gospel to the animals. And so, for some reason, the Italian people decided to go to the Pope, and the Pope's like, well, we could send him to the Celtic Islands. So they sent him off to the Celtic Islands. Now, another thing, it wasn't primarily because he was preaching to animals, might have had a little bit to do with it. One of the big things he would do is he'd walk into a town and there'd be a beggar without a coat. So he would take his cloak off and give it to the man and say, "Look, you're cold. You need a cloak. So here's a cloak for you." And so then he would go into the chapel, and everybody would find out about the fact that this man, this missionary who came to town, gave his cloak to the poor guy. And so they would come with just tons and tons and tons of jackets. And so he would have like literally a hundred cloaks. And he would just be like, "Guys, seriously, I'm one day in your town. This guy has been here his entire life. You all could have brought him a cloak, but you brought him to me." Things like that got him basically sent to the Celtic Islands. And so while he was over in the Celtic lands, a lot of times the missionaries who were sent over there kind of died for one reason or another. And so he wrote the Pope back and said, "Hey, I'm still alive, but they don't seem to like our Gregorian chants." And I've said this before, and I don't actually know any Gregorian chants, but I might want to learn a few. But there's only like three notes in them, so it's probably not going to be something I ever do. But needless to say, so he went over to the Celtic Islands and wrote back and said, can I write something in their style? And so the Pope wrote back and said, you know what, that would be a great thing to do. Just go ahead and write it in their style. We're really glad you're not dead yet, but go ahead and write something more in their contemporary music. So he wrote this song called "All Creatures of Our God and King." I do a Tennessee version. I call it "All Critters of Our God and King." I hope I don't get in trouble for that. I think he would probably have a sense of humor. I would hope, you know. So anyway, this is called "All Creatures of Our God and King." Oh, and the reason why I was talking about this is I was at work the other day, and this guy goes, "Man, I heard that song, All Creatures of Our God King by Francis of Assisi. I heard the version you did on YouTube, and that thing was great." He goes, "I had no idea you were that good." And I'm like, "Thank you." So please tune into my show. I don't think he has, but anyway, this is once again All Creatures of a God King. I have forgotten. I know the words. I just can't get the melody. Okay, that wasn't exactly the way I've ever played that before, but we're open to interpretation. That was the Gregorian chant version. I seem to have forgotten all the notes in it. Anyway, yeah, that's the Gregorian chant version of "All Critters of Our God and King." So if you're just now tuning in and you've made it this far, welcome to the Gospel Music Show, and my name's Knight. And let's see, play one other song here. This here was written by, once again, we have a whole Irish theme going on. Oh, we have green. The green is not for St. Patrick's Day, even though it was the same green that I used for that, but this is for spring. So we're having a little springtime. I hope you're spring wherever you are, and I hope it's spring where you're watching this. I tell people I don't actually do winter. I don't like cold. So I try to have three springs and a fall. So you're probably going to see green a couple of times a year. And this, like I said, is my sixth show. And so we're going to do one more. And this song is called Angus Day. And Angus is Latin for lamb. And of course, Day is Latin for God. And so Angus Day is Latin for Lamb of God. And I wonder if when you're eating a black Angus, if it's a black lamb, huh? Because it's really not a lamb, it's a cow. Anyway, so not sure about that, but so maybe Carl's Juniors and what's it called, Hardee's, when they have that Angus burger, maybe that's a lamb burger. That interesting. Anyway, so this is a song that was written by Martin Smith and I'm sorry, Martin Stewart from the band Delirious, and Michael W. Smith. So hope you enjoy it. Yes, thank you so much for tuning into the gospel for the Underground Gospel Show. I hope you've enjoyed it. We're going to be coming at you every single um, Friday and Saturday night at 8 o'clock Central Time. And Charles, I know you're watching it at 6 o'clock in California. So you're probably getting ready to go out and watch the sunset on the beach. You lucky dog. Anyway, God bless you. Like I said, if you have any prayer requests you want to send to us or any praise reports, we're just going to celebrate in all the joys of the abundant life that you have in the Lord. Anyway, thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you next Friday at 8 o'clock. God bless. Bye bye. Now, okay, I'm doing this without a moderator, so I have to click all the buttons myself.